In today's video, we're going to talk about how a tree hit a building and how we're going to fix it. So we have to rip up their repair, which is, oops, not easy. Let's see if I can get it off. Oh, that's not too bad. No, that's not. Oh, there's a hole. If I fall through the roof, everyone has to like and comment. Hey. All right, so that's a bad repair done. We don't need that anymore. So I just pulled off this EPDM, as you guys saw a minute ago, and as we can see, there's a big hole in the roof. So we know that this roof doesn't have that much life left to give. So we're going to do a small repair. We're not going to get too crazy. We're not going to do full sheets of 4x8 plywood and re-plywood the entire thing and re-roof it. This is just a shed or a garage, and they just want it not to leak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out a small section here, find out where the sheet is, repair it, roof it, get it done, and get out of here and go home. And so we're gonna find out exactly where the holes are. So there's one right there, and there's one in the back of that sheet over there. I'm gonna place a screw in a good location that makes sense, which is gonna be right here on the joint. So I'm gonna screw upwards through the roof. All right, now we're back up on the roof. We can see this is our outline of where repair is gonna be. Screw one, screw number two, screw number three and screw number four. So we're going to actually continue this line all the way across to here, across to there, and change out this piece of EPDM. Let's snap some lines, clean it, and then we're going to start cutting it apart. Okay, now that those screws have given us a good mark, we can just, well, if they want to go, I guess we can just pull it straight out, right? There's not much holding it. Okay, there's that screw again. You can just bang them back because we don't need them anymore. And we're going to remove this sheetrock, or it's called dense deck. I don't know if the yellow one's called dense deck, but it's a sheetrock that has a fiberglass, like a paper on it that's a little bit thicker than sheetrock, but they use it for like a fire code rating on a building, because polyiso doesn't really have a great fire rating, but gypsum is like fireproof. So they say it's better for commercial buildings, and since this is a prefab building, to put it on. So there's that. Now that we got the sheet off, we can kind of see where the truss is broken. So the truss is broken right here, and it's really, I don't think this truss is holding up anything, actually. All right, see how that truss is moving? Shake the other one next to it. Oh, you can't? Okay, well that's because it's still a good truss. Okay, good. Nice. All right, so we're gonna figure out how we can make this work. That's gonna be something else. All right, now that we've moved the truss completely over to where it's supposed to be, 14.5 inches, it's probably like 6 inches away from the other one. Now that we moved it over, and I put a 2x10 next to it to kind of like give it some side-to-side support and kind of push it back in the right place, because we know the top cord of our truss is not broken. So we're able to like put a block between. That way we can actually stiffen everything up a little bit until I can actually go in there with some 2x4s and redo the truss work that's been damaged. Let me show you actually, guys, what I had to do to get this truss to line up again. Now, I had to cut the truss because it was so badly shattered it wasn't doing anything anyways. So those two sections there are completely damaged. And all I did was I put a block down there to give me some side-to-side strength with the trusses that are still okay. And then I put a block up there to kind of give us some, to push it back into place. And now I wanted to put another another blocking that direction, but I can't because to do the truss repair, we're probably gonna have to run all the way from that side all the way up to here, and I want to make sure that I can either unscrew this one and do all that and then shorten this one up and put it back, or we know that the top board's okay, so now we can secure the plywood to it and keep on going and get this waterproof, so you know we can take our time with the inside, because I really wasn't expecting this truss to be damaged. You know, I really didn't inspect it before I priced it out. The guy said replace the sheet of plywood. I said okay, no problem. Now I know, truss no good. All right, let's get to the rest of this project. The next thing we're gonna do is gonna be to rip off the drip edge so we can get ready for plywood. All right, we're now at the point where the plywood's done. It looks pretty good. I just gotta put a couple more screws in the old sheet because obviously they nailed it, and like they didn't even use ring shank nails. They just kind of used smooth shank, and it's prefab. Yeah, you kind of have to expect that, right? The reason I don't like gypsum-based cover boards is because you put a screw in and it's nice and it's ½ inch thick, right? Everything thinks it's nice and flush. You glue it, looks perfect. If you ever have a leak from a tree, obviously hitting a building, all the gypsum falls apart and now the screw's sticking up way higher. So when you walk on it or anything happens to it, it's completely falling apart. So then you get more holes, more problems. I like ISO because even if it gets saturated with water, it can dry out and then it's okay again. We are finally ready to put the EPDM on. And what I did here is we screwed down the ISO, obviously. We screwed that all down, and then I used a ton of these 2 3/4 inch plates to secure the EPDM around the perimeter. Thank you to Randall. You're a bastard, by the way. We took your advice on one of my comments, and we screwed everything all the way around so we don't get that stretch from EPDM and it tears our membrane. Thank you, Randall. You're still a bastard. By the way, we did not get a squeegee. Isaac wishes we would, but we don't have one. We don't. You know why? Because they break. That's why we don't have one. We got one, it broke. I tried, didn't work. We don't need squeegees. We probably do, but whatever. Anyways, so next thing we're gonna do is apply bonding adhesive to the ISO and to the EPDM, and that's gonna hold it nice and flat, make it look nice, and then we're gonna waterproof it, obviously. But a special shout out to Tyler S. Also commenting on my YouTube, saying very nice things. It's nice when other roofers think I do nice work because it's kind of like an ego boost. And it means I kind of a little bit know what I'm doing. I mean, Randall doesn't think so, but you know, fuck Randall, fuck that guy. No, we're kidding, we love Randall. All right, let's do it. What we've just completed is gluing this side of the EPDM, the bottom side of the EPDM. Also, we glued the ISO. The next thing I did is I primed the perimeter, and I have my double-sided seam tape down. And obviously, you guys know how that works. Do it in every video. It's just a double seal, but let's get to rolling it in. It's ready. It's like dry enough for us to roll it in. Let's get it adhered. Then we're gonna flip the other side over and then repeat the process over. All right, guys, we're at the end of this project. We're just finishing up nailing on the drip edge. The whole repair was done. We're just gonna cover tape it, clean it, prime it, cover tape it in, and then we're out of here. Until the next one, guys, I'll see you.